guys are performing tonight?
1 o'clock this afternoon, actually.
1 o'clock main stage.
We've got about, I don't know, 6 more interviews, and then we're going to head to the main stage.
Cool.
Looking forward to it, though.
Oh,
Excellent.
very much so.
I think it's our 5th Hard Rock Hell, actually, so although I lose count. It's probably a lot more if you include Ibiza in there as well, AOR, but always good fun.
Well, Pig Iron, quite an interesting story because I think I did a bit of research, and it's not just you guys. If I come up with the research, come up for it, it says Pig Iron USA or something like that.
Well, there was. I did explain earlier, but when the band started in 2001, the internet wasn't quite what it was, and I found out actually later on. Somebody bought me an LP in the States of this band from about 1970 on CBS. He had a singing drummer called Pig Iron, but we had nothing to do with them.
So did you have to go through the usual?
No, we're Pig Iron with an umlaut. That's it's
enough
pronounced Pig Iron.
Differentiates us.
Excellent. You've had quite a good tour as well, and you that was it 2005 Iron Maiden.
Played, it was the Clive Burr, God rest his soul.
Yep.
The Clive Burr MS Trust gig at Hammersmith. I mean, Iron Maiden were the first band I ever saw live when I was 13 in 1983, and at Hammersmith. So to actually play at Hammersmith with Maiden, that's Actually, the major downer for me is that night I only got to see one Iron Maiden song because we had to run around packing stuff up and getting our gear out of the venue, etc. So that's the irony. It's actually getting to play with Iron Maiden and only seeing one number. But no, it was a huge privilege.
Excellent.
To play for Clive, but just also obviously play for with Maiden as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously you guys have been in formation for a little while now. You've got a good number of repertoire in your music catalogue. When it comes to doing a show or doing a tour, how do you go about selecting songs for a set list? Do you have a big discussion, or do you see what's going to work?
We usually have a big fight, and then I get my own way. I don't know, Dan. What do you think?
I just think we tend to have a look at the back catalogue, and there's certain songs that we enjoy playing that are we've played, as you said, like a lot of shows, so we know what songs the audience gets and we enjoy playing. So we'll just obviously if we enjoy it, we're kind of it's got a proven track record. We'll tend to play that. So there is always a representation from each album on there. So like the set we're playing tonight or today at the stage one. There'll be one from every single album there. There's obviously the last album came out on Off Your Rocker, which is part of Hard Rock Hell, the festival itself, Chic Festival. So so there's probably 2 or 3 songs from that, because obviously that's the latest one. We're always going to try and promote that as much as we can. We always look after the entire back catalogue. So if you came to see us and bought the first EP or the second album, there'll be something in there that you'll know. I
mean, what tends to happen, certainly for the last 2 records, is we tend to play a lot of those songs live initially, and then you kind of shuffle it again, and it kind of finds its own sort of space. But we've made 5 records now, and it does become difficult to know what to play because everybody's got favourites, but there's certain songs. Lord Kill the Pain, I don't think we could do a gig without doing that because it's become one of our staples of our set.
Yeah.
But the other song, the new album, Sermons from the Church of Blues Restitution. It's nice to throw more new songs in.
Yeah.
And keep it fresh. Obviously, keep it fresh for us actually, as much as for the fans.
One thing I noticed about that, which always makes me laugh, is on that album there's there's a lot of different tunings. It's quite diverse in terms of the tunings, especially on guitar that we use. So that was all great. I like the difference, and it's nice to change it. But it's only when you play a live environment you're like, next time I don't think I'm going to probably use 4 tunings on one album, because unless you've got someone, and we do not have a guitar tech to go, there's your next guitar. It gets a little interesting sometimes to try and tune in a hurry. But it's such is life.
We run a tight ship in Pig Iron.
Yeah.
That's it. One sort of bang, get your tune fast, ready for the next one.
Exactly.
There's one thing I was going to say about the title of the album. Who came up with that? Because that's quite a mouthful.
It is.
I think originally, Johnny had a song called Blues Restitution or Restitution Blues, and there was an idea of trying to form a title around that and making that the title track. But we've always had lengthy titles.
Yeah.
The first record was called The Law and the Road Are One. The second record was called The Paths of Glory Lead Back to the Grave. The third record was Blues Plus Paradise Destiny. Fourth record was just called Pig Iron 4, and people kind of asked, oh, is that a Zeppelin thing or a Sabbath thing? And it's not. It's actually remind people we didn't know we'd already made 3 records. So that was actually why we called it 4. But we like mouthy titles. It's a bit boring otherwise.
Also keeps people on their feet as well.
And we're probably next we just make an album called Pig Iron, you know.
Self-titled
A
album.
huge-
At this point in our career,
I think we're due a
Yeah,
self-titled record.
album. Yeah.
We actually did briefly split up and reform using our initials as an acoustic supergroup called Egos. So we found, Edwards, Gilmore, Ogle, Smith, spelled Egos.
So keep your eye out for that acoustic
Yeah,
album,
yeah.
which will be Crosby, Nash,
based on
Stills and
Crosby,
Young.
Stills, Nash and Young.
Lots of harmonies
So-
and
Excellent.
We did threaten, actually, we're doing an acoustic set here today at 3 o'clock, and we did actually threaten to announce that Pig Iron split up, but Egos have come here to entertain you. But I think it might confuse people who've had as little sleep as I've had anyway.
yeah, of course. That's electric and an acoustic set,
Yeah.
so it'd be good. Busy day.
So when it comes to putting pen to paper and getting the lyrics, is it a complete band on board or just one or two?
Originally, I wrote an awful lot of the lyrics, and more, because Johnny's got to sing them, Johnny sort of takes over a lot of the lyrics. But things like titles we certainly discuss. I mean, sometimes it'll, more often than not, he comes up with something, it's brilliant, but sometimes go, well, is there another song?
Yeah.
There's actually plenty of titles being kicked around for certain songs.
Yeah.
But in terms of music, it's a group thing. Dan's just a riff monster. He just riff.
Yeah.
So we've always got something exciting to go on there.
It's because I've always got a guitar in my hand, really. So it's always there to.
Is that what it
to
is?
play. That's what it is. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So you were born with a guitar in your hand.
Do you know what? Kind of from the age of about 2, I was kind of playing. So just on a little ukulele. I've always loved music, man. It's like as I probably said in another interview, it's always a way. Like from 2, my dad literally just gave me like headphones, and I was listening to like Status Quo, Black Sabbath, Deep Purple. I really didn't have a choice in the matter. I think that was it. From the moment I was born, that's what I was going to do, and it just floated with me. There's an interesting thing. It's a Pantera lyric, I think, and it always resonates with me. There's nothing special about it. It's either there when you're born or not, and that to me has always been how I've thought about playing and writing and creating music. Is because literally from before I really knew what anything was, I wanted to play guitar and I wanted to write, and it's always been a very prominent part of my life.
Cool. So do you still have your original guitar?
I do, but unfortunately it's got no strings on it and it's in a loft.
That's love, isn't it, kids?
Yeah. So next time I
That's
play it, the neck will be warped. It'll be awful.
I've still got my second guitar from about 30 years ago. So my first guitar, I think I cracked the neck and then sold it for £5 more than I bought it. So
That's capitalism.
it was a K guitar.
K in a circle.
I think one of the guys we chatted to yesterday said the same. He said your first instrument is like your first teddy.
Yeah.
It's battered and torn and worthless to anyone, but to you,
Yeah.
it's
Still
there.
got it.
It's
Yeah.
weird though, I've noticed this, and Dan probably knows more about it than me, but when I go into sort of guitar stores now, there's a big thing for relict guitars. These are brand new guitars, cost a fortune, that look like, though, I think the term is pawn shop, but they look like they've been bought and repainted and chipped and sold. But they're brand new guitars, and I thought, why not just play the things?
Yeah.
But, because I've got
Totally.
guitars that are 30 years old that I haven't looked after, and nowhere near as bad condition.
Also, I think as well, there's something to be said about an old guitar. It does have, maybe it's psychological, it's in your head, but there is something about it that it does have, I don't know, some form of mojo character.
I think it does, it's psychometry or something.
Yeah,
But,
and also I guess because it's been played for such a long time, man. Like the machine heads have been turned like thousands of times. The wood's sort of settled, so that guitar's not really moving. It's been there, so it holds its tune better. It's been tried and tested. Whereas with anything new, it's just wood and metal, isn't it? So with different atmospheric conditions, it will slightly move. Old guitars are the best.
I'm glad we've brought atmospheric
sure.
conditions in, Dan.
Well, I know. It's almost like someone bet us to say that, bring that in somewhere. If you mention atmospheric conditions, we'll buy you a drink. Oh, right. Sure.
Because they're not great outside at the moment.
No, they're not great, are they?
They're appalling.
Yeah.
It's a little bit rainy.
It's a bit hurricaney out there.
Yeah, which is funny because it was raining when we played the AOR
We always
festival
bring the
here
rain.
in April, and obviously since we arrived, it's been non-stop non-stop. So
I
has it
reckon-
actually stopped?
I reckon the last
no.
15 years, 95% pig iron gigs have caused rain. They should deploy us to
Yeah.
bits of the.
To drag people into the
Africa,
venue. Come out of the
There's that as
rain.
well.
Shelter here.
So where are you guys performing after today?
After today, we've got a couple of months off. We're actually off. We're actually writing the new album.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a lot of writing sessions. And then the next big thing we've got is the Blues Festival in Sheffield at the O2 with the O2 Academy, I think, with Yardbirds, Dr. Feelgood.
10 years after.
10 years after.
Mick Rouse.
Yeah, and Bernie Marsden. So that'll be the next big thing. But until literally that, we'll have a couple more shows coming up before that, no doubt. But the next thing is writing the new album. That's the next.
Excellent.
That's the next impending thing.
Brilliant. Well, guys, thank you so much
Thank
for
you, man.
taking time out
Pleasure,
to chat
man.
with us this morning.
Thank you.
Enjoy the show this afternoon and looking forward to you taking the stage.
Thank you very much.